Bonjour tout le monde. Et je suis content de rejoindre nous là dans l'autre épisode Strive 305 en créole. Créole parler, créole comprendre. Aujourd'hui, show plein. Ou ka ouais nous avons un paquet de monde là avec nous. Mais c'est parce que nous parlons parler d'une organisation et un événement qui va passer le 14 et le 15 novembre qui est extrêmement important. Mais avant d'arriver là, je introduire nos hosts, co-hosts, Naed, Jasmin. Naed.
Bonsoir tout le monde, un plaisir pour m'avec nous encore aujourd'hui et encore plus pour me recevoir, inviter nous. Nous gagnons MBF qui est dans Kailan et nous avons pile d'informations que nous pourrons partager avec nous, spécifiquement communauté haïtienne et monde qui parle créole.
Ou pas qu'à dire MBF comme ça, qui est-ce qui MBF là?
MBF, Miami Bayside Foundation, et c'est une organisation qui a fait un travail extraordinaire dans supporter le développement business dans Miami, pas seulement dans Miami-Dade, ils travaillent tout, ni dans Miami-Dade, ni dans Broward, ni dans West Palm.
Eh bien, OK. Avec qui est-ce qu'on va commencer?
Yes, this is Numa from Miami Bayside Foundation. I am the outreach coordinator.
OK, nous allons laguer anglais. Josh, how are you? OK. On va introduire tout le monde d'abord et Naed.
Et nous avons avec nous Garry Louima, qui a présenté tête brièvement, qui représentait cabinet First Step Legal Solution.
Yes.
Et puis nous avons tout avec nous Claude François, qui représentait un business dans question mécanique, qui c'est JNC Expert Auto. Right?
Oui, GNC Expert Auto Tech. Donc, nous comptons ensemble avec nous et nous collaborer avec Miami Bayside Foundation et Hack Off.
OK.
Merci pour l'invitation.
Merci à nous tous qui là aujourd'hui. Nous allons commencer avec Joshua parce que là permet que nous ayons une meilleure perspective de organisation de qui ça n'a fait et puis n'a privé sous de l'autre invité que nous avons aujourd'hui.
Yes.
Eh bien, Joshua, comme c'est moi qui parle laguer anglais, tell us a little bit more about the Miami Bayside Foundation and what your mission is.
Definitely. First, I just want to say merci for you guys having us here. We're very thankful for the community embracing this opportunity with our upcoming training just to impact the Haitian community. So Miami Bayside Foundation, we are a CDFI, a nonprofit that provides lending to the community that is here in Broward, Miami-Dade, and Monroe County. We haven't looked at West Palm yet. Maybe in the future, but for now, we focus on this community that we have seen a major need for lending products that fit. We offer a low interest loan at 6% for working capital, inventory, and equipment, and we target business owners that are either starting out or they're in a situation where they've been denied by the bank or they don't meet the mix criteria. As many know, the statistics are very high for denial for bank loans. So our focus is to make sure that we're assisting those businesses in the perspective of making sure the business plan is complete, making sure they have their projections, making sure that the back office is right so that we can then, from our own funds, provide them a 6% loan up to $250,000, depending on where they're at, what their expenses and their revenue looks like. We work with a number of businesses. If they don't qualify for that, we do have a number of classes. And this is kind of where the birthing of our small business training all came from, where we focused mostly in English for a 5-week course. We later transformed that into a Spanish course. And similarly, the same approach we're taking with the Kreyol community, where we want to make sure that we curtail the most important information for businesses to manage their business is given directly to those communities in their language. So this helped us birth it, and thanks to Hack Off, excel it with amazing speakers, with great content that makes sense for businesses that are starting out in our community.
OK, so je sais pas à fond petit résumé tout petit pour nous en créole parce que Joshua se dit un pile d'informations qui est extrêmement important parce que MBF c'est une organisation qui supporte financièrement un petit business parce que lui permet de gagner accès à loan en pile fois nous pas rempli qualification pour nous gagner accès à loan dans banque yo mais à travers type d'organisation ça yo qui bail des prêts à des taux qui plus bas, donc 6%, et ou capable de joindre un prêt qui peut aller jusqu'à $250,000. Non seulement yo bail accompagnement financier en tout, mais yo aido pour préparer business plan ou pour justement recevoir l'argent et comment pour utiliser. Et puis tout, yo gen différents cours que yo mettez en place. Donc yo t'ai commencé en anglais bien sûr, et puis nous connaissons que gon cours communauté hispanique, yo t'ai fait cours yo tout en espagnol, et puis qu'on y a yo dit tout une communauté qui parle créole, une communauté haïtienne, donc ils ont transformé, ils ont commencé à tester marché, et puis ils ont commencé année ça, dans le début année, avec une première classe qui a été faite justement pour business en créole, et c'est pour ça que nous aujourd'hui, parce que encore, nous pourrons faire un deuxième atelier en créole.
Oui, oui.
Donc,
Okay. I was going to say, that was a lot. And thank you for translating all of that.
Merci un peu.
You talked a little bit about eligibility and criteria for a lot of these small businesses that they're not meeting with the banks. So tell us a little bit more about the eligibility criteria for Miami Bayside Foundation if somebody is coming to you and looking for a loan or financial help.
Yeah, so typically we take a holistic approach. Our focus is if your credit score doesn't meet the bank standards, which can be anywhere above 680, the 700s, we're often telling you, let's not talk about the credit score first. Tell me how you're going to use the funds. Tell me how your business operates. Tell me about the perspective of the next 3 years. And then we typically do look for about a 600 credit score, but we're flexible because everyone's situation is different. Some organizations or financial institutions, whether you have a bankruptcy, a divorce, or anything of that nature that affects your finances, this automatically waves you off and tells you to come back later or try again. CDFIs, which are community development financial institutions, our goal is to get a holistic approach of what's going on with the business, who are the business owners, and then make a decision from there and then support you from there, whether that be with our technical assistance like the workshops or our partners like Hackoff, like Miami-Dade SCORE, as well as FIU SBDC. We're looking for resources for you, working with you so that you can come back with those things with a solid plan, because we know that debt is not something we just casually carry. This has to be systematic and something that really makes sense for you.
Merci en pile Joshua pour information ça yo. M'ta remè nous passer qu'on y a à Garry, parce que Garry te gen opportunité justement pour que il te participer à année dernière, m'appelé de dire année dernière, mais c'était année ça en mars, pas vrai? Donc où tu participé à première initiative que MBF t'a fait pour il était capable de faire atelier ça en créole. Donc ou même est-ce qu'on peut parler nous rapidement d'abord de tête ou business ou spécialité ou, et puis comment expérience l'antée pour année ça.
Okay. Thank you guys for having me. Let's speak in English.
Please do.
So my name is Garry Louima, owner and founder of First Step Legal Solutions. I practice business law, corporate law, and trademark law. So what I do, I help entrepreneurs make sure that their legal structure is in order, make sure their tax structure is in order, their corporate structure. I draft various amounts of contracts. If there's any contract that exists out there, I've probably seen it in any way. Mergers and acquisitions. I also do business litigation. So when you have an issue with another business or issue within your business, I can go to court and represent your business and your interests from there. And also protect the brand of the business through trademark registration and different trademark transactions as well. Yeah.
Garry, ou parler de un pile bagay qui ka fait moun peur parce que question légale sont bagay comme si moun pas trop aimer avocat surtout dans la communauté haïtienne nan. Et en plus majorité fois on a parlé de avocat dans la communauté haïtienne nan, c'est soit avocat immigration ou bien avocat accident. Donc ou même ou fait que ça dit nous là que ou même sont avocat qui règle bagay business, moun qui besoin faire contrat, moun qui besoin enregistrer compagnie ou comprendre structure compagnie. Donc qui ça ou même ou t'a dit yon moun qui gon business et puis qui peut justement aller vers un avocat. Qui ça vous pensez que comme si que ou t'a voulu que considérer pour que yo connaît que il y a des moments que faut y aller joindre un avocat pour faire des consultations.
Premièrement, tax is the first one. No matter what you do in business, if you're making money, you have to pay tax. Uncle Sam or Tonton Sam, you have to pay them. No matter if you're making money, you got to pay those taxes. But there's tax mitigation strategies. There's ways to reduce how much you're paying in tax based on the tax structure you have, which is based on the business structure you have. There's corporations, there's a C Corp, an S Corp, a partnership, an LLC, and there's a few other less common ones out there. But when we choose the right tax structure, we're going to pay less in tax. So if like let's say for example, me and you have a business, we both make $100,000. If I'm using a tax strategy and you're not, I'm keeping more money in my business. And that's money that we can use to hire people, money we can use to advertise more and really grow the business as opposed to just paying taxes, right? The next thing, a lot of times we do business with people that we know, like, and trust. So our friends, our neighbors, our significant others, and we don't have a contract. You know, a lot of times they say, especially in our culture, we don't need a lawyer, we don't need a contract. nukasukeme, and then boom, we're done, we're good forever. But then the problem arises. And then now what? What do we do? So I think, in my opinion, when you have a contract with somebody you're doing business with, it kills a lot of arguments. Because when somebody thinks, well, I'm supposed to get 40%, you get X amount percent, or whatever the case may be, we can always point to the contract. I thought you were going to go right, but I'm going left. We can point to the contract. This is what we agreed to. So that way, there's no deviation from that. And it keeps everybody on the same page. So even if you're with your wife, your best friend, your brother, even sometimes your pastor, whoever it is in your community doing business with, it keeps everybody on the same page and everybody honest. It keeps you more honest. Yeah.
I love that. I personally used to write contracts with my sister when we were sharing candy.
Good.
When we had to do the split for Halloween, I'm like, I get the Kit Kat, you get the Snicker.
Yeah.
Let's be clear, put it on paper.
That's it.
But I'm glad that you brought a lot of those points up. So what are some of the most common mistakes that you see that small businesses make when they're going into business?
Yes.
And legally, I should say.
Huge thing. Well, legally, from legal perspective, it does tie into business as well. Not having a business plan. So just doing business for the sake of doing business, you don't have a direction of where you're going. If you don't have a direction, life is going to take you where it wants to go. Yeah. And then now you're experiencing legal issues that you probably didn't need to experience, right? So, and also scaling. So you can have a business, you can be doing X amount of dollars, or the case may be, but if you're not thinking about scaling, your business is never going to grow. Anything that doesn't grow is going to die eventually, right? So, so getting the what we call governing documents done, your operating agreements, your bylaws, your partnership agreements, getting internal documents like your employee agreements or your independent contractor agreements done, making sure that whatever vendor you're using, third party using, you have an agreement with them and it's clear. That's the baseline foundation for what you need for your business.
So, Garry, why did you decide to partner with MBF for this upcoming event, and what can participants expect to learn from you on a legal point of view?
I decided to partner up with MBF, and thank you, by the way, because I love doing the work with you guys, because it's helping the community, our community. It's a space, especially this corporate business space, where we've been taken advantage of for a really long time. We have a lot of great business ideas out there, but we don't get our legal done. We don't get our accounting done. We don't advertise correctly. We don't do, I wouldn't say correctly. We do it in our own way, but our way needs to be within the system that's here. We can't operate businesses like we do back home because we're not back home, right? But at the same time, it does give us a very big competitive advantage because we see business differently from most Americans here, but we need to make sure that it's structured in the right way. And as far as expectation, we did do one earlier this year. It was great, amazing. It was my first time doing a full session in Kreyol. And thank you for
Shout out to Garry. You did it.
Thank you for pulling me through on some translations. But it was a great. The community came out, business owners came out. They learned something. You're definitely going to learn how to protect your business, get more intricate in what you're looking for. I speak more so in general terms because everybody's situation is different. But there's an opportunity to ask questions that are more specific to your business. I can only speak to it to a certain extent before I have to sit down and schedule a consultation. But you can kind of get a lot of your questions asked, things that you can't Google, things that you can't just chat GPT away. And on that note, just very quickly, chat GPT is wrong a lot of times on the legal stuff.
Oh, man, yeah.
And,
people don't know.
Yeah, and it's been making me a lot of money. So people, people get their contracts on ChatGPT. People go to court on ChatGPT. There's been attorneys who've lost their license because of using ChatGPT.
Wow.
There's been law students using ChatGPT at their internships, and now they may never practice law. So if you're going to be using that for your business, you're most likely going to get a whole lot of trouble, right? So get an actual professional. Get somebody who knows what to talk about, with experience, and get real answers as opposed to something you just quickly Google. Google search or ChatGPT search is not compared to a law degree and experience at all.
Yeah, it's limited. And I have like this really quick story about that friend. She was doing like this work for a client and she went on ChatGPT and ChatGPT pointed out like in the answer, like an article in a law saying exactly what she needed. So she put it in her document. And then she sent it to the people, and then they came back to her, which article you're talking about? And when she went to verify, the article doesn't exist.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's called
So
hallucination.
So a lot of people don't realize that. So it's very important, specifically for legal matters, to go to a professional.
100%.
So on November 14th and 15th, where's the event happening again?
The event will be in the city of North Miami. Thank you to the Vice Mayor, Cassandra Timothy, for sponsoring the location and supporting us in marketing. It will be at the Scott Galvin Community Center, formerly Johnson & Wales University, or Wildcat Arena, but we will be there. People do need to apply, so we can make sure the right people are getting the information and are registered as businesses, which Garry just spoke about. We want to do everything the right way, so we are looking for those applications, and yes, it will be that Friday and Saturday.
Okay, fantastic. Garry, one last thing before I move on to our testimonial. What are some of the topics that we can see discussed? And I guess this question is for Garry and for Joshua. What are the topics that are going to be discussed during these workshops?
All right, so I cover the legal end, and within that, I break it down into the tax structure. I believe we'll have an accountant there as well.
Yes.
So they'll get to more
Same
the intricate of it. So I'm going from the legal side of the tax. They're going to go into the numbers and accounting side of it. Then from there, we'll talk about the different business structures. We'll talk about different contracts that you'll have. We'll get into intellectual property and some other key legal aspects of entrepreneurship that we need to address.
Josh, anything else?
Yes, we'll also be covering AI. Thank you, Whitney Lubin from
Haitian in Tech.
Haitians in Tech, for supporting us with that. She has a wide berth of knowledge and great resources that will be displayed for our community in particular, as well as PNC Bank will be there doing demonstration. Also, we'll have something special there for everyone to participate in. And from there, we also will be covering the most important subject. You have a business. How do you get your word out there? How do you let people know about it? How do you find your target customer? We have an experienced marketer that is doing double duty today that can maybe clarify a little bit more about that.
Yes, let me ask her. So yes, we didn't say. So
yes, I will be one of the coaches, and we are going to talk a little bit about how to find your target audience, how to connect with them, how to be authentic too, because that's a big thing when you come to marketing in this day and age where you have social media that's exposing everything. You know, how to get a clear message out, and then how to organize your marketing campaign, create marketing campaigns, and develop strategies and things like that. Because like Garry said, if you don't plan, nothing is going to happen. You know, life is going to take you where it wants to.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, I'm super excited about this, by the way. So we have a participant that came earlier this year. I remember you came with your dad or something like that.
No,
No.
that wasn't me.
That wasn't you. You didn't come alone.
She did.
I did.
Why do
But
I
I
remember you coming with someone for some reason?
I probably talked about my husband because we own the business together.
And I remember you just because finding women in that space, the mechanics and all of that in a time right now, if you are looking for a degree, go get your mechanics degree. We need mechanics, electricians, plumbers.
Yes.
These skills are the skill set is not readily available these days.
It's not.
So tell us a little bit about your experience. What brought you? How did you hear about it? What did you take away from it? And then that first session was when?
It was in March.
In March. So from March to now, what's going on? What have you done? Tell me a little bit about your business.
Yes. So I own JNC Expert Auto Tech with my husband.
Where is it?
It's in Davie. It's right next to the Hard Rock Casino.
Yes.
So if you go to the casino, you need your car fixed, you come to us. My husband is actually the technician.
Love it.
I oversee the front office and the back office.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you need anything done right, have a woman do it. Just
That's
saying.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Donc, nous Davie, nous là depuis, moi, voulais dire 14 ans.
14 ans.
Oui, que nous avons JNC Expert Auto Tech. C'est un shop mécanique qui fait toute qualité de travail depuis la maintenance to changing engine and transmission, any big or small work. We do that. And thanks to Miami Bayside Foundation, we expanded to focusing on tires because we have alignment. Anything that has to do with tire, we do. That's the new addition to our business. So we are a family-owned business over there, and if you check us out on Google, you'll see that we have great reviews, and they speak for themselves, the type of service that we give. Badi logo, no, our motto is a service with integrity. My husband is the child of a single mother, and it's always personal to him the way single mothers are treated when they go and see a mechanic or anyone who doesn't know. He worked in the corporate mechanic for dealers for a number of years, and then he decided that we're going to open our own and provide a different type of service. So we try to treat our customers as family, so they can come back. We are in the back of the location, and we always say we are there, we remain in business because our clients keep coming back and refer other people. So I was excited I think it was one of your flyers, Hack of Flyers that I received, and I saw the information about the training that was happening and all the different topics, including marketing and the legal aspect. And when I went, vraiment, ouais, que c'est pas un temps perdu. En pile d'informations que nous joignent dans training ça, ou bien au fait me songer erreur que me fait, especially the legal side. And I believe if you get those information at the very beginning, grand pile l'argent ou pas perdu, grand pile temps pas perdu du tout. Parce que there was a time we were fined for not renewing something, and we had to go to the county, etc., and learn the hard way. But with the information that are provided, not only you aide ou connaît comment pour commencer, qui structure pour gagner, et comment pour expand. And Miami Bayside Foundation was there, and they talked about the way they fund small businesses. You guys probably know nowadays we get called on a daily basis by sharks because banks are not, you deal with your bank and it's a door that you cannot open sometimes until you're a huge business. And then sharks are calling every day. They're offering you, they're sending checks, they're doing this and that. Il y a pour toute qualité l'argent et intérêt extrêmement haut. Et ils ont compté sur le fait que, puisque banque fermée et puisque ou pas joindre l'autre institution, l'autre opportunité pour joindre l'argent, yo même yo fait le facile pour qu'apprendre basically take the bait. Moi songe après que nous t'ai finalé participé dans training nan et t'ai commencé collaborer avec un MBF pour loan que yo gagné. A particular company that called and I said, I'm working with another company that can offer something better. His answer, réponse était, c'est vrai, m'ba kwe ça. Me dit, okay, relève dans quelques mois. He called me and said, he really did not believe that there is something like that. Que gon côté nous ka joindre yon grant, yon loan, ma peut-être grant, peut-être nous voulons un grant. Peut-être the next thing is a grant. But yon prêt à yon taux comme ça. Et côté yo pa ban nous de run around. That's what he counted on. That it's going to be, it's going to take a long time, etc. But I can honestly say que expérience nous avec Miami Bayside Foundation, first of all, it was very insightful. Nous avons pile d'informations. En plus de informations que nous avons dans training là, mais l'on dit directement avec yo. Document yo mande yo et par exemple a business plan li force à take a good look at your business. It puts you in a position where you have to really consider, what am I doing, what should I do, where do I want to go. And what is even better is once you decide, okay, this is what my dream, my vision is, you have some folks on their staff that would be very supportive of it, but at the same time say, hey, Claude, that's not realistic. Maybe you should focus on this. So li ba ou insight là et puis li vraiment supporter ou dans so ap essayer faire et puis li aider ou garder plus loin, les deux faire un plus bon plan. Donc moi pense que c'était vraiment une bénédiction pour de rencontrer avec Miami Bayside Foundation and we were able to secure that loan.
Yes.
And the whole process was not pas de run around là-dedans. It was to the point. It was I don't want to say easy because we had to do some deep soul searching and then looking at the business, but it was useful. So thank you for it. And right now we have shiny machines that are providing more services to our customers. Awesome. And services we can be proud of, that we can be confident. Because if you're tired, if all of you come with your cars, you'll get good service.
Awesome. Don't threaten me with a good time. I might be there. I don't live too far away.
Oh, we would love for you to come.
Oh, I love it.
And experience JNC.
I love that. So what advice would you give to other small businesses who are thinking about going to the workshop?
Oh, I would say don't hesitate. Come and come ready to take a lot of notes. With questions. All of the presenters were great. You did an excellent job, Candice.
Oh, thank you.
And you too. I remember even when he says you can approach him afterwards, you can ask him questions. I talked to him on the phone. We emailed and everything.
Yes.
He gave me some good, solid information that I took, by the way, and implemented. So oui, vini avec question nous, vini avec un open mind pour nous apprendre. I want to learn about AI because I don't know about it much. Et ou pas regret et si gen ou gen besoin pour fonds pour financial expansion, parler avec Miami Bayside Foundation, n'importe programme yo gen, yo vraiment supporter communauté a, yo pas board the run around. Donc t'as dit pas hésiter, vini.
Okay. What about you? Any other success stories, Joshua?
Oh, yes. Our work has expanded to Broward, I believe, in 2021. So we're actively working with businesses there. Thankfully, the cities, the Broward Black Chamber, Arrow, which is an alliance of resource partners there. We're working with a number of the organizations to really impact the local businesses. So our main focus, of course, is making sure we can get these dollars that impact businesses out. We also manage the Black Business Loan Fund for the state of Florida. So that is one of the key reasons why these relationships are important, because the trust and history of lending in our community is not good. So this is one reason CDFIs were created, and that's one reason that we're thankful to work with Hackoff, to work with the different groups in order to make sure that what we do is out there. Next, which is an internal program, which I'll be providing to Claude and her husband, is the application to our upcoming financial training, where people that are able to complete our small business training, which is 5 weeks on Zoom, the graduates of that program that attend and are able to work with our different consultants that participate in that, those graduates are invited then to exclusive trainings that also provide implementation support. So I'll be inviting Claude to that in order for her to get, we don't say grant, but she'll be able to get more support to work with one of our financial advisors, Raju Mohandas, and another one of our lawyers, Senan Garcia.
Oh, you got another
awesome.
lawyer.
So, yes, the more resources, the more community and support we can offer to the community.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I want to come participate. How can I sign up?
Well, we'll need you to either be a borrower like Claude or to take our 5-week course. But we'll see.
All right, I'm going to have to figure out time. But on a serious note, how can other people participate and find you and, join these programs and sign up for the workshop? Because I know you do have to RSVP. Give me your website, your phone number, email address, home address, too, if you feel like it.
Yes.
But
So the best way to find us is definitely on our website. You'll see what's going on and get the full perspective of our impact in the community. Because not only on this side with business owners, our real heart and mission, at least for the city of Miami, is providing scholarships and different supports to the community. So you'll see nonprofits that we support, et cetera, that are in the city of Miami. if you guys don't know, Miami Bayside Foundation's namesake is the mall. That is, on Biscayne, the world famous. So we're the foundation side of that that provides that outlet to the city of Miami. And we're always thankful of the city for allowing us to really touch the lives of different groups. So one of our groups is local, St. Albans Community Enrichment Center, Child Enrichment Center. We also support Guitars Over Guns, a number of programs. So for people to find us, it is www.mbf.miami. So Miami Bayside Foundation, www.mbf.miami, as well as you can find us on social media, Miami Bayside Foundation. My email is josh@mbf.miami.
Okay, fantastic. I will be sending you messages and emails and directing everybody in your way.
Yes.
So, Naed, I know we have a little special session planned and some questions. We want to ask for your social security numbers, what your favorite colors are. We're not doing fraud or anything like that, but we're going to get a little personal.
Yes. So we're just going to do like a quick fire round questions.
OK.
And whichever.
Besoin pratiquer.
Besoin pratiquer? OK. Café ou bien thé?
Thé.
Ou même, café ou bien thé?
Thé.
Oh, tout le monde thé, sauf vous-même.
Non, même c'est café. Donc,
nous avons majorité aujourd'hui. Mais OK, quand il y a là, d'ailleurs, de Garry, est-ce que vous avez un livre côté lit qui change la vie ou est-ce qu'on peut partager ça avec nous?
Yes, second to the Bible, Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. The book is written in 1960. Dr. Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon. And he saw that even if you change somebody's appearance, their brains doesn't match their appearance sometimes. So he would see that people get plastic surgery. They'll come in with a new girlfriend, new car, new house. But some people have plastic surgery and their life will get worse. Right? So it's like, what is self-image? How do you build that? Who built it for you? How you destroy the self-image that you don't want to build something that you do want. So psycho is your mind, cybernetics is systems. So understanding the systems of your mind, because once you master yourself, there's nothing else that you can't master. So I work with entrepreneurs a lot, and a lot of times they don't see success for themselves because that's not part of their self-image.
That's that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you can change that, the sky's the limit. So Psycho-Cybernetics, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, very impactful book.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Follow that up, Josh.
Same question?
Same question. Favorite book that changed your life?
All right. Second to the Bible. I have an issue, so I have too many books and too many audiobooks. Shout out to Everend and some other apps that I have. So in my brain, I can only just think of authors. So after that, author, he's a pastor out in California, is Dr. Philip Godot. He writes simple books, simple messages, but they have assisted me on my personal faith walk and to just not be a religious person, but to be a person that can live out a relationship. So one of his books is like, Who Offended You and Took Your Blessing? By saying, if you live in offense, you can't go anywhere forward. And even your faith is countered, because everything you see is through the eyes of who offended you. So him and Dr. Miles Monroe, I'm a big Eric Thomas person. E.T., I'm restarting all of his podcasts just because I need that mentality to move forward, to think about the future. So these are the keys that I use. It's usually, we always call it self-help, but like Garry was saying, it's that inner monologue, that inner vision of ourselves that constantly needs to be worked on. So that, and then for business, I can share with you my list. I have a nice list of business books. Now I gotta think. I'm trying to remember. You know what's funny? This one, the only one that comes to mind right now, because E.T. brought it up, but was, oh Lord, went blank. Okay, let me look at my list. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Claude, your turn.
I'm gonna say, it's the Bible. It's no other. I actually, at some point, because I grew up reading all kinds of books, watching all kinds of things. I was a fan of Oprah, different magazine, everything. Yeah. And I got to a point in my life, I think I was going through something, could have been marital or something, and I was wondering, what book do I read for this? And I kid you not, it's like I heard a voice that says, you have the book.
Yeah.
It's the Word of God.
Yeah.
And I never looked anywhere else since then. I mean, I would glance books. There are books I enjoy, but I find everything in the Word of God. I find things about business, about how to partner in business with my husband, how to raise my children, how to be a good friend, how to. This morning I stumbled upon Cantique des Cantiques, how to be a, romantic. So there is nothing I cannot find there. And I feel that even every good book's probably got something from there.
Yes.
So why not go to the source? So it's honestly
I love that.
the Bible.
I do want to add to that. There is a book. I have a long business list as well. Business book list, but Doing Business by the Good Book by David L. Stewart. 52 Lessons on Success straight from the Bible.
So maybe I'll grab that.
So it's gonna kind of compile like different success stories, Bible verses on how to implement that in your business. 'Cause that's one huge thing in understanding yourself is to learn how to express yourself. So anything that you do, so that way it can be unique. Like with your business, how do you express your faith through your business? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, it's a spiritual journey.
Yes.
God gave you a vision, and now you're implementing it, and the vision is going to sustain you and impact the world. So, understanding how to put that through your business and knowing that this is another avenue to express your faith is really big, as opposed to thinking that this has to be something separate from who I am at the core. And it's not separate. It's all related. It's all together.
Well,
Very inspiring, everyone.
Yes.
One last one for you guys. An advice for the people listening to us, aspiring entrepreneurs, somebody struggling right now in their life.
You're looking at me? I start?
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Woman first.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
I'll give one from a woman's perspective. I grew up never thinking of getting into business. For me, it was either it had something to do with teaching or law, because that's my father was a lawyer, and everybody around me that I admire were in that realm, and I was sort of gifted in when it comes to writing and things like that. But I married an entrepreneur at heart. I remember the first time I met my husband, he said, when we started talking, he said, I can't wait to have a business with you. And I thought, whatever, we'll change that, We were just dating. And right now, that's what I'm living. I came to realize when you get married, it's a journey to become what the Bible calls a helpmeet, as a spouse, as a wife. And it's either you embrace that or you're going to suffer. So embracing that means considering your spouse's dream and aspirations and seeing where you fit. Because if you're together, right, you have to make it work, right? So I told you that my husband is the technician and I do the back office, the front office. That takes into consideration my gifting.
Yeah.
What I love. I love communicating with customers, talking about the business, helping him put together whatever structure we need to, whatever form. I am able to be myself, to use my gifting, and at the same time support him, come alongside him, help him, right? I think when I finally embraced that, we became happier. I became happier. So, and I enjoy just the ride, the fact that I'm able to work side by side with him. I remember at some point working somewhere and for the corporate America, being in my little cubicle and just yearning to see my husband, to be with him, you know, and wondering what is he doing.
Ladies, find you a man.
I would say ladies, embrace your role as a helpmeet.
Yeah.
And now I'm able to see him
in a different light.
whenever I want.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's right there.
And these are goals. These are goals.
Yeah, and we're working together.
That's awesome.
What about you, Joshua? Advice that you would give to an entrepreneur?
When I was just looking at some of my books, I saw all my financial books. So the personal finance is so crucial, so important for you to have that control.
Yeah.
The Bible calls it temperance, but you want to have some of that control where you don't know what the financial decision you do today can affect your business tomorrow. We're just going through hurricane season still.
Yeah.
So we have businesses that hopefully are prepared because every year we have the same seasons.
Yeah.
There's an up and down in life. So with that, it's knowing, you know, I always push Dave Ramsey on people just because it's so simple. And even though he talks about not getting debt, it's so simple for anyone to follow to know that what are you building? What is your personal treasure? And they have other things that are great from that camp. But particularly, I would say be mindful of your personal finances. Yes, you're going after your dream. Yes, you should take risk. Do not go after usury or predatory businesses that will offer you the world in 72 hours, maybe 24 hours. You know, the money will hit your account. What does it cost you on the back end? And what are the chances that someone can bail you out? Because nowadays there are certain financial institutions, accounts, and products that you get. When banks and lenders see it, they back away because they cannot consolidate it. They can't touch it because it's a sign that there are worser things about to happen to the business. Yeah. And unfortunately, in lending, they say, don't come to us when you need us.
Yeah.
Do not come to us when you're operating. Maybe things aren't going smooth, but you're sustainable. Things make sense. But when you come with a need and something is off, this is where we'll see a high amount of denials and issues. So personal finances, definitely work on that. We have great local free resources like branches of South Florida, which is also here in South Miami, a number of organizations that can really support you, as well as local banks like Self-Help, Chase, and I can name them all, PNC. Don't want to leave anyone out, but talk to your banker, really get to know them. They are part of the keys to making your personal finances work. So many of us go to a bank for an ATM and not a relationship. Some of us go to banks that we're not really a customer of. We have to find the ones that really make sense for us. That way we can get the most out of our future.
Thank you.
Last but not least, hit me with it. Advice.
Advice. It's a poem by Walter D. Wintle.
Oh my God, and I get poetry. Ladies and gentlemen, he is single. Just going to put it out there. He is single. Go ahead. Give me the poetry.
So the last quartet, the little pass of it, it's life's battles don't always go to the strongest or fastest man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. Right? So a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we defeat ourselves in our own mind. I would say for myself, because I'm a solo practicing attorney, there's many days where I spend by myself, right? So that could be, you could be your own best friend, your own worst enemy in that regard. So you need to keep your mind solid. Things might be going a little dark, a little left, but don't overthink or over catastrophize the situation. Learn how to be solid. Know that there's good days, there's bad days. What is your plan? Where are we headed towards? And also having measurable success, right? A lot of times we say success, but what does that mean? And how are we going to measure it? Because sometimes success isn't measured in dollars right away, right? So, and if it is measured in dollars for you, then how are you actually measuring it? Or do you have accounting? Do you have a financial plan? Do you have an actual way to take the steps to get to where you need to go, right? So keep making things clear, defining things, naming things, and being solid within your own self will definitely take you a long way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anthony, you can put it now, but we have not put yet the flyer from the upcoming event that we're going to have with MBF.
Oh, yes.
So it's on November 14 and 15, and then you can scan that QR code so you can register So please, everyone, share with other people that you might know. And it's going to be amazing. As we heard before,
We're not biased.
we'll be covering financial, legal, marketing, and AI. So spread the word, sorry. Parlez de ça, fait plaisir passé. N'attend nous toutes 14 avec 15 novembre et puis nous avons l'autre intervenant qui est avec nous. Malheureusement, il n'y a pas de calage aujourd'hui. Donc, fait message l'an passé.
All right, everybody, ça c'est ton autre épisode, Strive 305 en créole. M'a dit tout invité, merci d'être que nous t'es venu aujourd'hui et partager information ça avec nous. N'attend nous le 14 et le 15 novembre dans Scott Galvin. Et n'attend nous semaine prochaine pour l'autre épisode Strive 305 en créole. Merci.